Good afternoon and many thanks for making time. This is the 15th day of January 2014. It is 1 o'clock, time for Newsdesk, where news is brought to you as it happens. My name is Bonny Tunya. As always, we have a lot in store for you, but first, let's take a look at the highlights. Derailment. 100 passengers left stranded when train derailed in Mombasa. Time for surrender. KDF arrive in Baragoi for disarmament exercise. Kenya strikes more oil. New oil discovery by Talo puts Kenya's potential resources at 600 million barrels. Welcome to the program. Last night, a cargo train derailed, blocking the railway at Taru area in Mombasa County. The cargo train that is said to have had 22 empty wagons is said to have experienced mechanical glitches, resulting to the derailment. Following the derailment, a passenger train that is reported to have been ferrying more than 1,000 passengers could not proceed with its journey to Nairobi, therefore inconveniencing the passengers. Kenya Railways officials organized for buses to transport the passengers back to Mombasa. However, some of the passengers lamented that the buses dumped them en route due to the government night travel ban. Families spent the night in the cold before they found other ways of reaching Mombasa.
Walituahidi pia escort ya polisi mahali hapa. Polisi walipanda vizuri. Kufika mahali tukaona wakashuka tena. Tukashangaa ni nini sasa inaendelea mahali hapa. Wakasema serikali ilipiga marufuku. Hakuna mapasi yanatembea usiku, kwa hivyo sisi hatuwezi kuriski kazi yetu. Wakashuka. Wenye pasi nao waliona namna hiyo wakasema na sisi hatuwezi enda bila kupatwa escort na Kenya Railways. Sasa wakasema ushukeni turudishe mapasi zetu.
Tumekuwa disappointed sana juu tulikuwa tunataka by asubuhi tukue Nairobi. Juu wengine tuko na nini na shughuli huko.
It was a bit, confusing with the bus leaving, coming back. Then the gentleman, the counter, was having this speech. Somebody contacted the media, and then he decided to refund to most people.
The Kenya Defence Forces have arrived in Baragoi in Samburu County for a disarmament exercise, as well as to ensure security in the area. The KDF deployment comes just days after Deputy President William Ruto declared that the government will put in place all means and forces to ensure security is restored in the prone area. Now, the Kenya Defence Forces in Baragoi will be in Nkoroshei and Kambi-Nyoka as their main strategic operational bases. Baragoi has had a series of attacks said to be conducted by armed bandits. The forces are to track down the bandits and recover all the illegal guns and ammunition. Last year, bandits ambushed and killed 42 police officers in Suguta Valley and snatched 42 guns. From Baragoi, we go to Maasai, and Maasai leaders have rejected a plan by the Narok County government to expand Narok town on a 700-acre piece of land to lament without consulting the local community who own the land. Now, the leaders, led by former TLB chairman, who is now a Maasai elder, Hassan Ole Kamwaro, said that they are not opposed to the county development, but there must be consultation between the government and the community. The elders urged the governor to be more cautious when dealing with community land, as land is a very emotive issue, especially among the Maasai. The leaders argued that they will not want to see conflict arise due to failure of consultation.
Hii holding ground na Ngareta na Rotian na Wasonyiro, hiyo ni ardhi ya community. Na ni ardhi ya community na tutakubali chukuliwe. Yeye hana uwezo ya kisheria ya kuchukua ardhi ya community mpaka community wakubali.
Right, next we stop in Kiambu County, and traders in that county continue to protest county levies that are in the process of being implemented. Banana wholesalers in Kiambu held demonstrations following an increase on council rates. Now the traders say that the new levies demand that they pay 30 shillings from 10 shillings to continue with their trade. They also say that no notice was issued to them before the new rates were implemented. The traders forwarded their complaints to the County Finance Cabinet Secretary Mary Nguli, who declined to comment. Area Member of Parliament Jude Njomo faulted the county representatives for failing to consult with the traders.
What kind of business is that? Hasara gani? There's no kitu. Hakuna kitu kinakuja kina break even.
Hii mambo inahitaji kuwa na consultation. Hakuna consultation hata kidogo ambao imeendelea. Na tena hata ushuru hiyo imekuwa juu sana. Na tungeuliza county government iangalie hiyo maneno ili tuweze kufanya biashara.
A primary school teacher in Homa Bay County who allegedly impregnated his student has been arraigned in court to answer to charges of defilement. 35-year-old Justice Ochieng Odoyo, a teacher at Waware Primary School in Rusinga, appeared before Homa Bay Principal Magistrate Samson Ongeri to answer to the charges. Now it is alleged that between the months of June and November last year, he defiled the 14-year-old girl. The accused teacher denied committing the offense. Now, in a closed-door court session, the girl, who is now 6 months pregnant, narrated to the court how the teacher lured her into having sex. Confusion reigned in the court after the prosecution presented two statements allegedly written by the girl. In the first, she claimed a boy from her village had impregnated her, while in the second, she implicated the teacher. The girl claimed the teacher who had threatened her, the accused, was released on a bail of 200,000 shillings, and the case will be heard on the 25th of February. And most in the month. Let's go to Nakuru County, and representatives of the Nakuru Matatu Drivers and Conductors Welfare Association have condemned the increase in fuel prices that was announced yesterday by the Energy Regulatory Commission. Speaking during a press briefing in Nakuru, the national chair of the association, Samson Wainaina, noted that they would be forced to hike fares, adding that the ban on night travel by the PSVs has already started weighing down on the economy. Wainaina stated that the increase on the fuel prices is, however, not as a surprise to them.
Urging the government to reconsider its directive of banning PSVs from traveling at the night, and instead ban the heavy commercial vehicles for our country to realize its dream of a 24-hour economy. Why are we saying this? Is because you see, the government says that the accidents occur during the night, and we as the stakeholders in the public transport sector, we see that the vehicles that are supposed to be removed at night are those vehicles which are driven slowly, so that they can give way for the public service vehicles to operate.
Welcome back, and we'll start this half with some good news. And Talo Oil has announced new oil discoveries at the Amosing 1 and Ewoi 1 exploration wells in Block 10BB onshore northern Kenya. This latest finding and the recently reported discoveries at Ekales 1 and the Agete 1 puts the total estimated discovery resources in Kenya to over 600 million barrels. Today's announcement brings the total number of successful discoveries by Talo to 7, based on the results of the drilling, wireline logs, and sampling of the reservoir fluid. The Amosing 1 well has intersected net oil pay of between 160 and 200 meters, significantly exceeding Talo's pre-drill expectations, while the Ewoi 1 well has encountered net pay of just about 20 to 80 meters. Now, in a statement, Tullow now says, given the significant volumes discovered and the extensive exploration, it has partnered with the Kenyan government to commence development studies. The joint venture partnership also seeks to develop an export pipeline in the period between 2015 and 2016. That's pretty much all we had for you on KTN Newsdesk. Remember, the website you need to be reading is standardmedia.co.ke. Also, you can engage us with whatever story you saw that interested you, and the handle is at KTN Newsdesk or at KTN Kenya. I'd be glad to engage with you. That will be all for now, but I'll see you again for business in the evening. Good afternoon. My name is Bonny Tunya.